Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode on the WiarCraft Season 2 server. I am Bowtie Daniels, and in the last episode we worked on making a couple of shops. We built the pyramid for our gold farm to sell gold. We built the trident, which sells tridents, and the prismarine from the guardian farm. And today we're starting off over here at the base because I don't think I've shown any of this off yet. Let's see if I can get back into the air. There we go. Nope, maybe not. Lytra does not want to work sometimes. Here we go. So I started terraforming the island a bit more, and I laid out some gold blocks to outline the build I'm going to be doing for my main base. And I'm not entirely sure if this is going to be the final outline. I'm going to continue playing around with this. So we're not actually going to work on this day. Instead, we're going to go off over here. And I really enjoyed making the shops last time, so I want to be able to make some more shops. But before I can do that, I need to be able to have another source of a product that I can sell. So I want to start something over here. I want to actually build an ice farm to take care of that and then work on building a shop for that in the future. So that's what today's project is going to be. I'm going to clear out some of this area and build the ice farm right on top of this this patch of ice. And I'm really excited about doing it over here because, is it over on this side? When I was kind of scouting out the area, trying to find what I wanted to do, I came into this ravine and I saw something in the ravine walls that made me kind of excited. So when I started work and going through and checking it out, where did I come in? Over here. I also already set up a portal for it. I don't know if you heard that sound, but we have, come on, a skeleton spawner nearby. So that's awesome because this is probably in range of the ice farm, which I think is going to be right up over there. So that means I can stand here, I can whack these skeletons and get them spawning and coming and build up some bones. And I've already done a little bit here, as you can see. I've been taking the bones and I've got a nice supply already. I gotta work on a filter and get rid of some of these items that I don't need, but I can stay here and wait for the skeletons to spawn while the ice farm is working. And why isn't this, hello, anyone coming? There we go. It takes a little bit to get started. I don't know why, but once it gets going, it tends to work pretty well. So I can either sit here and take care of the skeletons, or when I AFK overnight, I just rely on entity cramming, and they will go ahead and give us a supply of bones. But let's get back topside. Okay, so here we are back up top where we want to go ahead and make the ice farm, and I'm braving the night a little bit. I don't think I'm going to run into any problems. And Rosso actually just joined the server, and he's hanging out on here now. We were just chatting. So I'm just clearing out the space I need for the ice farm, and it's going to be a decent size. I need to have roughly a 35 by 30 rectangle area to work with here. So I got that marked off with some netherrack. So I got a block there, block there, block there, and there's another block on this side. So I just got to clear out anything that's in this space. And yeah, and it's probably actually going to go a little bit further than that block when I double checked my numbers. I think I want to have some extra space, because otherwise I'm going to be butted up right against a few things. So I'm probably going to get rid of this one too. So that's all I'm doing right now, just getting that cleared up and getting this ready to build everything on. So I'm going to continue clearing this out, and I'll catch up with you in just a minute. Alright, so we have the area all cleared out, and I've also marked out the size of the farm. So, I mean, this isn't huge, but it's going to be a pretty decent amount of ice that we get from here. So what's going to happen And I haven't seen a design like this ever really used. It's based off of an idea that I think it's from Etho, how he proposed a way that you can do it, or something like that. I don't quite remember. The video that I saw this idea and when I was doing my research is several years old, and I just really liked this concept for an ice farm. So it's actually going to have 4 modules, one in each corner, that's going to be producing basically a giant block of ice that will have to come in and mine after a period of time. Now, this is going to be a modified design because, like I said, the video is a couple of years old, so I've made some of my own tweaks, and the one that I saw as an example was pretty small. It wasn't as large scale as this, so I'm going to go ahead and start laying in the basic formation of the first part of the first module. And what's really nice about this farm is it is simple. It's really easy to make. The resources you need are easily obtainable, but to do this size you need a lot of resources. Now, the nice thing about this farm, and as I start building it, it'll make more sense, is, let's see, I want some of, let's grab this stuff. I want some blocks just to kind of be able to distinguish what everything's going to be. So what's nice about this farm is it's easily expandable, and you don't have to build it nearly as big as I'm going to make it. You can really just make it a very small farm, and then as you get more and more resources, you can expand. So it can be a little expensive, but I think this is going to work out all right for what we're doing here. So yeah, let me go ahead and start putting in the beginning of the farm, and I'll catch up with you in just a second. Alright, so I have the rough design of the farm taken care of here, and this is not the complete way of making it. There is a bunch more that I'm going to be doing to it, but this is the kind of the basic minimal way of how this works. So I have a bunch of water sources underneath these pistons right here in front of me, and there's a water source block underneath this block right here. And what happens is it turns all these sources, all these water blocks above these pistons down below into a source block. And now we have these detector rails over here, and this could get a little bit laggy, but you know, I thought this was a cool, fun design to do. That I put a minecart with a chest in, so the chest seems to keep the momentum of the minecart better than some of the other types. And you run that through, and it goes all along these detector rails, and the detector rails will activate the pistons above them and these pistons down here, and then there's a detector rail here being observed by that observer block, which is going to send a redstone signal down here to take care of these pistons coming out. So what I need to actually do, because I forgot to put it in, is I need a redstone block, which is in here. Perfect. So if I grab these, and I need to replace one of these blocks, so let's just replace that one there. And this is not, you know, the size that I normally, or that I was practicing with, so I'm not 100% sure if this is going to be okay like this. You know what, just to be safe, let's replace that there and there. Right, yeah, do that. Uh-oh. That wasn't supposed to happen. Let's try that again. Where did my power rails go? There, and there. That'll make sure that this farm has, this minecart has enough juice to get all the way around. So let's sleep the night away real quick, and I will show you how this works. Okay, it's daytime, so we can see things a bit better now. So if I put this minecart down right here, it's gonna go, take off. If we jump up here, you're gonna see when it comes back around, and all that gets pushed up. So the ice is going to be moved up, and then it gets moved forward, and that's going to continuously happen. You see, this was all replaced here with, yep, replaced with water sources in just a second. There you go. And every time this freezes over, so you're going to see it again in just a second, that'll be pushed up, and then it's pushed over. So this is going to end up stacking about 12 blocks high, I think is the piston push limit, if I remember right. And I have this set up so it'll come out right here. I'm going to make all the rails go to here. So this is going to be the 12th block for the piston push limit, and it's gonna, you know, have a 12 by 15 cube, I think. So I'm gonna be making this in all 4 of these corners, and I gotta figure out a couple of things with the rails. And then right here is actually going to be another, whoops, no, I need those blocks. Another observer, so if I go, no, not that way. There we go. Another observer, so that way when I build the farm off in this direction, it's going to fire this entire side all at once. And I'm going to do the same thing over there, so when it gets into that opposite corner, it'll fire that entire side all at once for this row of pistons. So I'm going to go ahead and finish off this section, and then go ahead and take care of the next 3. Okay, so here we are. Looks like everything is going well and working smoothly here for the ice farm. I had it running for a little bit to make sure all is going well. And, you know, this side is, a lot of them have already hit their max height for how far the piston can push and are on their second row. Actually, have one of them looks like it's pretty close to getting to its third row, so that's pretty awesome. And this side's working pretty well too. Got all that taken care of and lined up. And the last thing left for me to do is to get the nether portal all set and taken care of. So I went ahead, let's hop over here, and I built the nether portal. I did some maths. I got the nether portal set up on the other end, so it should all link up and be okay. So we're going to give this a shot. And this is going to be really close to the portal I have set up for the skeleton farm. And yeah, this is successful. This lined up exactly to where it should go. Let me make one adjustment real quick because I've had my sounds turned off. The pistons were being quite loud, so I thought that might not be good for the recording. And now that we're in the Nether, we're not going to have the pistons driving us crazy. Okay, so I want to test my other portal because this is really close and I don't want anything to get messed up. So let's go back to the skeleton farm, see if this goes alright, and perfect. We are in the skeleton farm. Any skeletons here? Nope, didn't expect that. Everything looks good. I'm gonna grab some of this stuff. Or maybe not. Maybe I've grabbed all that I could. Let's put that in here, because one thing that I'm doing is I like having zombie and skeleton farms to collect armor, and I'll show you this in just a second. I like having armor set up on armor stands, so I can always just quickly grab it and go, but I also kind of like the museum feel of having all the different armor types. So okay, let's go back through this portal, make sure this one still links up okay. And that's the skeleton one, perfect. I'm gonna try this one more time. Awesome, 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 awesome. And you know, linking portals can get really tricky, but I find it easier now in 1.13 because you can have this looking at block on your F3 screen. I don't think that was there in 1.12, at least I don't remember it, so I can get the exact coordinates of what I'm looking at and make sure that everything is lined up perfectly. So I figure out roughly where I want the portal to be, then I go ahead and I take those coordinates from the F3 screen, I divide them by 8, and then start rounding them to the nearest whole number. And then those whole numbers is going to be exactly where the portal goes in the Nether, and then I time those numbers by 8, and those are the coordinates of where I need it to be in the overworld. So when you're doing portals that are this close like this, you have to be exact with your portal placement. You can't be off, otherwise you're gonna have portals linking up improperly and overlapping with each other and just causing a whole bunch of problems. I'm gonna go ahead and get this little bridge taken care of and finished up here. Of course, I don't have a crafting bench on me to get this taken care of, or my ender chest to get my material. So yeah, let me go ahead, fix this bridge. I'll catch up with you in just a second. Well, that stinks. I had an accident. I was going through the Nether. Fell down that space right there. Tried to get out from this lava. I didn't quite make it. And yep, lost a bunch of stuff. I recovered my boots, which is the only thing I didn't care to recover because I have backup boots. Wow. So after losing all my stuff, I tried getting some things back, but I wasn't very happy, so I went to bed and decided to go AFK. And I was AFK like this. And I guess, I don't know how, an Enderman must have spawned outside the cave that I'm in and then teleported inside the walls and then walked into what I was staring at, and I must have looked him right in the face. And somehow he got himself stuck in this block, and I don't know what happened, but I am very lucky that this guy has not killed me, because I really should be dead. Now I got to punch this guy to death. Unless, yeah, there's no way I'm reaching that from here, am I? Can I? Can I get that one? Yeah, I'm a genius. Oh, I can use my tridents. Great. All right, we don't need that. Get rid of that. So let's get rid of this guy now. But that is just really lucky. I should have been dead. I wonder how long that guy's been standing there. Decided to go check on the ice farm, and yeah, it worked. Went FK all night, and I thought this thing would still be going, because I know ice kind of melts slow, or freezes, not melts, duh, kind of slowly, so I didn't expect an overnight AFK session to completely fill this thing up, considering when I went to bed, it was maybe 3 rows, 4 rows, you know, in, and I only slept for maybe about 7 hours, so I guess 7 hours is plenty of time. Now, there is one problem. For some reason, this row does not want to freeze, even though this block is a frozen ocean. There is nothing in the sky preventing it from having skylight access, and it has adjacent blocks that are all that are solid, which is part of the things that you need to make it freeze. So I gotta figure that out. I gotta play around with it. Maybe it's some weird thing with being on a chunk border or something, but I don't think it really is. If I go over here, we're at chunk. Where are we at? 7, 8, 7, 8. So it's not a chunk thing that way, and it's not a chunk thing that way. So maybe it's, you know, on a vertical chunk layer. I don't know. I'll check that out. I'll play around with it. Maybe there's something holding on to it, thinking that there's a block above or whatever. Some weird, you know, Minecraft glitchiness that happens sometimes. But we're going to call it an episode here. So if you enjoyed the episode, please leave a like, leave a comment, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, guys, this has been Bowtie. Peace out.